Alright, let's do this. Oh, fuck, it doesn't remember my settings when I get out. Well, crap, that's not the button. Are we ready? We're gonna do some level grinding. Ah, fuck. I wish I had headphones someplace in here. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to, but I lied. And I like to level grind in this area, and, well, I think I'm going to try and stay in character more for, like, the main playthrough. And then, during the level grinding sections, I'll be able to talk about mechanics and stuff more freely, right? If that's a theory. Damn it, that's the wrong... Go back. It's the top one. Yeah, thank you, Dart. Now I remember why. See, because I also did not have the D-pad controller, which by the time this came out was pretty ubiquitous. And, well, look at this. This is, you know, the D-pad. And when you run into that, you run into that. I don't know why I'm irritated that I'm running into a fight while I'm trying to level grind. I guess because it's delaying me getting to the point that I want to be at. Pew! There we go. I've added in sound effects. It's actually harder to do with the sound off. Shit, I really want to play music, but it's all copyrighted. You know that feeling. Really, the music in the game's copyrighted too. But for now, the in-game sound is off, because I think we can all agree that the 30th time you hear that freaking sound, you want to kill someone. And I'm probably not going to make 30 times. I'm just going to do one or two. Well, do-da. I wish I had something to drum on now, damn it. Can you guys hear the hum of that beast over there? Get this, it does about the same amount of processing power as a modern, brand new pocket supercomputer. This one's not super powerful, but it could play Cordar, which I think is XP error, right? But then again, it was just another game with modified D&D rules, so... we put a lot of those into computers. Guess it makes sense. This one here's got simplified, I suppose. What do you say for this session? I'm gonna try and get double slash. That'll be fun. I'm recording something that's not on her device, so it'll still have stuff to upload. I did not want to do Legend of Dragoon at this point in time, but I kind of find it nice that I'm doing it on a device with a scracked screen. Oh geez, I just did a spoonerism. You know, one time I got fired for a spooner. Son of a bitch. I was gonna reference SMBC, but now I'm not going to because I fucked it up. Maybe I'll try later, next time I do an accidental retarded spoonerism. So yeah, these guys here are capable runts. They sort of, do nothing. Just in general, they're just terrible. They're capable of doing damage to you when you first get here for a very brief period of time, but not quite enough to kill you if you decide to use the guard command. If you didn't use the guard's command, well, you're a moron. It's like the most useful thing in the game. Halve your damage and heal 10% of your health. And frankly, if your character couldn't take 10 hits, you're not going to survive any of the boss battles anyways. Unless you use a bunch of health potions. The reality is, every turn you're giving somebody a health potion, you're losing almost a third of your damage. Especially if you're good at doing the auditions. Or additions, or... we're going to call them auditions. I'm assuming that each time you do it, you're auditioning, and you have to audition for the role of somebody who can swing his sword twice, 80 times, before you're actually any good at it. And 100 times if you have obsessive-compulsive disorder. I don't have obsessive-compulsive disorder. I do like to make it exactly 80, but, like, Volcano's just gonna be at 100 no matter what. I think if I level grind too much, I'll make it too easy. But I definitely want to level grind here. All it's given me now is rats. The place where I really wanted to grind. And this is spoilery, I guess, but I'm assuming if you're watching level grind, you're not really here for the game, are you? Well, the place we're going to next after this is very useful for level grinding. Like I said, I know the first disc pretty much by heart by now. Because, was it the third disc of this game? No. In this game, I would get to the start of the third disc, and then somebody else would play it all the way through to the end of the fourth disc in, like, 2 nights. Because you know how it is when you're in elementary school. You've got to, like, go to school most of the day. You can't, like, beat a game in 1 night. And yet when the console's shared, other people are like, well, it's on disc 3, that looks like my save. And then all of a sudden, my save's at freaking... That's why you save in slot 3. Or 4. Depends on who you want to screw with. Those are some different enemies, but I just slaughtered them like the rest. But look, 12 gold I get from them, and 9 experience. Was that a goblin and something else? I've done this so many times now that I'm just kind of zoning. I wanted to talk about the mechanics. Well, eventually it'll tell us that our addition leveled up. It does this whole camera panning thing for like 4 seconds because of this, because of reasons. I was gonna say because of the stupid music, but I realized no, the music isn't even that dynamic. He does 8 points of damage. And a healing potion. So the stupid mice are worth 3 gold and 3 experience. Which is basically a red slime, or blue slime, rather. Fucking useless. At the point wherein money's useful to me, let's see, how much do we have? The amount of money that we have right now is about 40 times that will be marginally useful. I'll need at least 120 times that, soonish. So, you know. Boop. Bop. That's the assassin cock. So we just subtract 3 from this one, and what do we get, kids? You know, the total experience in gold that we get from this, we just subtract 3 and 3 because there's a mouse. And that tells us the value of the assassin cock, Then we subtract the value of the assassin cock from the value of the goblin. This game is very educational. So we have 9 gold and 8 experience, which must mean that he is worth... So how much gold is the assassin cock worth? And how much experience is the assassin cock worth? I know this. I hope most of you know this. But I definitely do like the thought of trying to use this to educate a small child. And think about it, the numbers get bigger throughout the game. I've already wasted 10 minutes on this rambling. So we should expect from this one to get how much experience and how much gold. Oh shit, 6. Because this is a boring one, right? And right now he's doing 8 damage, which is nice, right? Let's look at a menu. Son of a... What makes it harder is if you enable frame skipping, but that just fluctuates so much that you can't do it consistently. Okay, so it should be doing something different this time. This time something will change, and I need to discuss that specific thing. It's going to take me so damn long to find a new encounter to level up. You know, in games like this, I wouldn't mind level grinding if a new encounter just kept showing up and I kept killing it. I know some people would just hold down the X button, but I actually do like this part of the game. It's just, I don't like the walking back and forth waiting for a bad guy to show up thing. Did you see it? Might as well make people pay attention, right? And hopefully that should explain to everybody who is watching this. Because I'm sure there are people, and I encourage you, if you find my voice annoying, to just push the mute button, listen to some music, whatever. If you're really looking for footage of somebody level grinding in The Legend of Dragoon, and you just want to watch that for 40 minutes, great work. Go ahead. And put something in your ears that you like too, because you're probably watching this on a supercomputer. And at this point, if you were like that, you've already muted it. He should be doing more damage. This is the point. Because he leveled up his audition. He has auditioned enough times for the role of guy who swings his sword twice to be, passable. That's all it is. The whole plot of the game, you know, since I'm spoiling it. Because I already warned you. I gave you warnings. Like, so many times. Oh, here's a goblin and an assassin cock. Now we'll see if we remembered the numbers, because I don't. Boop-ba. He only does 7 damage to that. Dog, did you come over here just to fart on me? Can you hear the... There's a bitch to the right of me, and a humbox to my left. Oh, look at this. It's worth 1 point more of experience to have the goblin around. Goblin doesn't do much at all. But it is worth a pretty significant amount of gold compared to killing a mouse. Why don't we go over to the other area where the tree ant shows up? I think he drops a slightly more... Yeah, he drops a different item. And I'm not really here to level grind for level grinding. I'm here to level grind because I like having my auditions up to max level quickly, like as soon as they're available. And a side effect of that is that I wind up getting a lot of money and gold. I don't like having to think to myself, which one of these is going to be better by the time I make it to the boss? I should be like, this one is better for this one is better for that. 2 assassin cocks. How much money and experience should I expect? It's probably like, 12 and 10. I'm going to say 12 and 10. We'll see if I'm right. Am I doing this right? 12 and 10. Yep. And I didn't memorize that, I calculated that. Right? From the value of the assassin cocks. And as you move on into the game, of course, it'll get harder. Because the numbers will get bigger. Which I've already said. But it does seem like it would be kind of a fun game to play. I guess I'd play it with the audience. That'd be fun. I don't know how I'd do that, though. Like, from an editing standpoint. I guess I'd go back and edit out me talking about the answers, but that'd be hard. And you know, all this stuff exists in some stupid bonkers strategy guide that somebody wrote a long time ago. Or recently. GameFAQs has a lot of them, and they're usually pretty shit. Like, ridiculously so. You swing the sword and he dies. Press the X button to swing the sword. Try not to die. If you dodge his attacks, you will not take damage. I could write some of these GameFAQs things. It'd be fun. Ooh, look at a healing potion. If you're really good, you calculate the value of the healing potion dropping, but I don't care that much. I'm just gonna sell it. Because healing potions are useless. Do you want to waste an entire turn? Take more damage this turn, you know. You're taking double damage than you would if you blocked. Heal yourself halfway. That's equivalent to blocking for 5 turns, by the way. I just don't see the point. But then again, I'm a bit patient, I suppose, compared to some people. And leveling up the audition gives you something to master. 9 gold and 4 experience. Yeah. The Treant's great gold, shitty experience, looks like. Which I guess makes sense. That seems like this is a good area to fight in. But yeah, the entire plot of the game, right? Back to that. Is this driving people crazy? It's probably driving all 2 people who are watching this. Neither one of which I encourage to watch this. Yeah. Either way, anybody who is watching this is probably being really distracted by me going back to previous conversations like some sort of madman. But back to spoiling the plot of the game. So, as you can see, you know, sorry, I keep having numbers pop up. You know, all this stuff just looks fake as shit. I mean, look at those houses. Do you see them off in the background? And how they're all, like, terrible? The entire plot of the game is that it's all, secretly a tragedy play being put on by the Illuminati to convince the people of Cerrado to not banana their pancakes. And, of course, they don't want to do that because that does not seem okay with them. Leveling up doesn't heal you, which kind of annoys me. Because, once again, they expect you to block. At least that's the way I see it. If something is free, you should use it. I guess if you're speedrunning, you freaking use it a lot. But why would you speedrun a JRPG? The entire point is it's supposed to be slow and steady and relaxing, right? 15:9. Like, the story's cool, but really the goal is to just kinda level grind enough to see the next part of the story. Another moment of awkward silence. Shut up! Yeah, I'm sure somebody's saying that to me too. And here's another one. I'm leaving these here. That's where they go. Boo boo. Sorry, sometimes I think in my head instead of out my mouth. Apparently that's not a thing I'm supposed to be doing when I do this. But in real life they expect you to think most things in your brain and none of them out your mouth. Because when the things that sound good in your brain come out of your mouth, sometimes they're really stupid. Apparently. Sometimes the people who hear them are really stupid, but don't tell them that. I went to the optometrist today. That was fun. Not in the sense that, like, no, wait. It basically was a ride at Disney. You know, I was pretty thoroughly excited by getting in a pair of contacts and being like, whoa. Because they are super, super clear compared to your glasses. A good pair of glasses with, like, tinting lenses and scratch proofing, which is necessary to make it last a year, thank you very much. Because if I can't put on sunglasses, you know, that costs like 120 something, I think. And meanwhile, the freaking contacts cost like $60 for a month's supply. But when you have yourself some contacts, well, whatever. I'm sure by the time any of this becomes relevant to anyone, they'll already have some sort of new contact rules or whatever. They'll be like, oh, look at our space contacts. Yeah, we just transport a new layer of eye onto your eye, and then your eye can see exactly whatever you want to look at. What? Well, if you're holding something close, then we transport a different eye into your head so that you can look at the close thing more clearly. Because we grow special eyes for it. Most of the world is, of course, taken up by eye storage plants, where we store eyes to transport back into our heads. In case we want to look at things at different levels. I'm not sure where I was going with that. It's occurred to me that without anything in my eyes or on my eyes, I can actually read much better. Because when I put the contacts in, and I hold it, the freaking bottle of cleaning fluid that I have to look at. When I hold it at the level where I normally read a book, I can't see nothing. And I have to hold it out so far, and it's got this tiny text on it that I can't quite read. And it's really annoying. The nurse, though, tried to get me to take them both out with my right hand. And then I realized, fuck that. If I just take it out with the left hand, I won't have to reach across my massive freaking nose. Because this thing normally has to support the entire weight of my glasses. Except for when you're not wearing contacts. Well, I remember 12 Angry Men. The fucking neighbor dogs are barking now. You guys better not start fucking barking at them, I swear. You know better. Ain't none of your business. Close the doors and I won't hear them. Fucking close the doors and you'll just be louder. We've got a rooster, and he likes to crow. And I have decided that for that reason, we should eat him. But he does seem to understand that the problem isn't so much him crowing. It's him crowing over and over and over again. He crows twice in a row at the most, which is just enough to wake you up, make you say, I think I should piss. And then you piss and you go, yep, I'm going back to bed. No, nobody else does that? Just me. Well, either way. I'm running into loads of tree ants out here, which is great. Look at the amount of experience I'm getting here. I usually don't level grind in this particular spot. They did kind of deliberately lay this whole place out, though. Like, for it, almost. Oh yes, if you have DualShock, you can walk up and down this thing just by putting it at an angle. You switch it to the opposite angle. If you're one of those poor people with D-pads, I'm sorry. I actually prefer running the emulation to the physical controller. Oh, you're fucking talking. It's just nice that I don't have to, like, fuck around with it. And, you know, you can't record the freaking screen on your TV without, like, 4 other boxes. I wonder how people did it before. I mean, I remember there was, AVGN. Anybody remember that guy? I don't think he's done anything in 100 years or something. Nothing that interested me enough to subscribe or anything. He used to do some weird shit. Which, I mean, I guess it's okay, because some of it was funny. But he did a lot. And that was cool, I guess. You know, to be one of those people, it's like, first. Fuck, I wanted to say something, like, that I didn't like it, but really I did. Huh. I might look it up later. Not tomorrow, later, like, fucking within the next 12 months, kinda later. It's the same later as, like, looking to see if they're planning a reunion. Oh, yeah, they've got one planned for 25 years, I can do that. Unless you die, and in that case, you just go to hell. What? Dude, look at that. That looks like a dinosaur. I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see where I'm pointing. Look at how weird the shadows are. I have to. Because I really like it, and that's why I have to see what's wrong with it. Like, you know, look at these circular shadows. Surely somebody somewhere, at some point, has said to themselves, boy, this thing sure could have used a 2.0. I appreciate the Resident Evil remasters, because every time they felt like they were attempting to add something to it. Not necessarily things that were needed, but, well, the last version I saw had like 5 different ways to play the freaking game. There's like one weird one where a freaking zombie chases you for the entire game. Like one in particular. He just never disappeared. You couldn't kill him or anything. Basically, it was like if Nemesis was being an asshole throughout the entirety of Resident Evil 3. which I guess wasn't supposed to be Resident Evil 3, I heard, from something. I don't know. Why am I talking about Resident Evil while I'm level grinding in Legend of Oh, right. I'm thinking about the PlayStation again. Because I thought I liked the PlayStation. The more I think about it, I don't. There's just nothing past the first PlayStation that's really worth much time, is there? I liked Dark Cloud. I liked Siphon Filter, but I don't remember if Siphon Filter 2 was okay. Pretty much everything else on the PS2 is just all over the place. We had Shadow of the Colossus, and I didn't like it at all. I'm sorry, guys. It just bored the shit out of me. Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm not bored by sitting here and just pressing the X button. Okay, it's about time to switch over, huh? I'm gonna turn the audio on for this. If it's time to switch. It should be. I think I did an extra couple. Yep, exactly. Alright, let's turn on sound. And I do want to show off this from the emulator. Right? So full effects does make it sound much better. So, double slash is our old one. We all saw it did about 12 damage. It adds 1, which means that it adds 1 hit to it, allowing for a total of... well, whatever. SP is 35, whatever the fuck that means. It's not relevant to anything we know right now. And adds 202% to damage. Which is super weird, because that's barely below the first level of this weird thing called Vulcan. Never fucking heard of it. Which is level 1, which means that it loves one person. That's, of course, baby Jesus. It adds 3, which means that it can count all the way from 1 to 3. This number's not relevant to 20. And it dams 200 rivers. I know you guys already saw this, but this is like my favorite thing in the whole LoD game. See what I mean? Yes. Oh, I fucked it up. You guys didn't see that in the other video. In the other video, I did everything perfect, right? I really like the music in this game. The problem is you only ever hear the first 30 seconds of it. And the boss music is awful. And look, he does nothing. That's my favorite part. Yes. It's almost like some sort of solo. And that right there is my absolute favorite part. So let's be all sneaky and not tell all the people who, like, are watching the first part of the other one that this exists. Okay? We're gonna sneak out to the front. We're gonna save. And we'll see who notices the time jump. Oh. I completely fucked that one up. Just by sheer dumbassery. I should know this by now. But the first one was me having difficulty navigating with excellent super controls. I used to think if this was the only place where the tree ants show up. Boom, 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 boom. Ow! Son of a bitch.
Yes. Go.
How's your face? Sufficiently cut? Yeah, bitch. Shit, I gotta go back and sell everything. No, I'll sell everything at the store and the other thing. I can't help it. Oh, leveled up. Look at that. Let's do this. Look at his eyes. Look how one's lower and the other one's higher. I know I already pointed this out. It just fascinates me. Oh, this does look pretty good, though. It's like, yeah, totally. My head bounces on a neck that doesn't exist. And he doesn't really step his foot, he just kind of wiggles it around in a bit of a circle. Look at those fucking boots. They're like peel-down leather boots in like a medieval age on a warrior who's wearing blue jeans with fucking knee pads. And look at this one-armed armor. I guess that's so that the arm that carries the sword can move faster. Right? That's why they did that? Come on, start tapping your boots. Yeah. We're gonna look at this animation from all angles. Because, I don't know, fuck it. I feel like we worked pretty hard getting to the point of having finished all the battles. This is the ladies' favorite angle to watch this animation. There, right there. Look at that fucking triangle flicker as it attempts to submit to the lighting program. He's like, okay, I know I can make it so that parts of it light up and darken in the light, right? And it almost works. There's like this little triangle there that so badly wants to be bright. Is it a problem with the emulation? I guess. But let's look at this arm. Look at this arm. Look at that fucking huge chink in his armor. Just like, dude, if you were in my D&D campaign, that right there would get you fucking killed. That right there, you'd at least lose a fucking arm. Bleed for a while. Oh yeah, did I forget to tell you, you lost, what, a pint and a half of blood. Oh shit. And nobody else around here has any capacity to heal it, except for the guy who's trapped under that boulder. Oh god damn it. It'd be fun. But I think I'd only, like, kill people if they really fucked up so goddamn badly that they didn't use the escape route, right? I know I'm over-leveling Volcano, but fuck it. Dart here, he's pretty strong now. But it is kind of deliberate. It seems like he levels up faster than everybody else in the game anyway. Like, just by walking through this place. And by doing it this way, I'm giving myself basically a clutch character. I mean, no matter who he has to deal with in the end, he's really good. And that, to me, makes sense from a storyline perspective too, right? Like, in my head it makes sense for him to be a pretty decent freaking swordsman or commander or whatever the hell, right? Like, it makes sense for the people that he works with to be perhaps less experienced. Sure, the beach is supposed to be oh shit. Yeah, fuck it. I already gave like 2 spoiler warnings and put fake spoilers in. Right? So, you know, when he meets Levitz, I figure Levitz isn't really that great of a soldier because he still managed to get himself captured. Right? Meanwhile, Dart's confident enough to take 2 guys on horseback. He's just like, no, come on. Right at the fucking start. So he must have started someplace else. And he's got a guy who he calls Master Tasman, who, as we just saw, we cannot kill, right? And, like, sit there and bash on his face all damn night and nothing.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, motherfucker. Okay. Let's save the state. Huh. No, wait. Save the state there. Whatever. Hopefully they won't see that. Damn it. I don't feel like deleting it. Let's save through a menu though, okay guys? Because I feel like that's fair. Did I miss a Stardust? I seriously do kinda wanna get him, but I don't think it does anything cool, so... Alright. There we go, flashlight app. Oh yeah, Dark Incursion, that game's terrible. Well, no, I'm not gonna show why it's... Fuck it, let's show why it's terrible. Might as well, right? So let's start with this. What does this music tell you about this game? What does this title screen tell you about this game? I'm getting something kind of horror-y out of it, right? Right? Back. Let's go to an empty slot.